Good morning, my friends. From my smartphone to yours, I'm casting love in a secret location here in Anaheim, California. It's finally Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Are you wondering why you can't get her attention? Tired of dating your mother? Have you ever wondered why you're always cheating? How come girls always call you their friend? How do you get her to say yes? Introducing Secrets of Birthday, the Love and Lust Report. You send us your date of birth. We cut together a special video all around you. You'll see the patterns in your love life right away. So if you're interested in knowing all the little sexy secrets about you, come on down to stepº12.com.
Good morning and namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, Christopher Witecki. My modality is psychic astrology, and my personal mission is to stand in my heart and help other people stand in theirs. This webisode is for Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God. And actually, April Fool's Day. And actually, I'm not even going to try to play any tricks on you. I don't think that's very nice of a sensei, but today is April Fool's, so hopefully there's no tricks going on to you. And today I am on location in Anaheim, California, because I'm actually out looking for a place to stay. A lot of my life has changed. I'm going to be settling in the LA area for a while as we expand the next arm of our business. And so I find myself out and about totally with fresh eyes here in the spring. Now, let's look at the vibe today and for the weekend, because today is really about kind of what I'm doing. I'm crossing a bridge. You may be crossing a bridge. Today, step 12, Aries, rules the day. And that literally is opening up a new door and trying to cross the bridge. Now, I say that every time we're in a step 12 day and every sign, but we're in Aries. Aries is about action. Aries is about rebirth, you know, the birth of something that we are restarting on or starting over from scratch. And so when you're crossing a bridge this year, I would say Aries this month, this is the most powerful, most likely time where you're contemplating crossing a bridge in your life. So that said, let's start with today's vibe. Today I'm predicting sunny and strong-spirited today. That's the combination of the sun in a high degree of Aries and the moon still chugging along in Capricorn. So we're in the high degrees of Capricorn and we're starting to plan our lives emotionally. My heart is ready to honor my feelings. My heart is ready to honor what my heart wants versus what society says or what people tell me I have to do. I'm ready to see around the corner. I'm ready to cross a bridge into the unknown, but I think given all the planetary stuff going on, I'm feeling a little apprehensive today. We certainly can't see around the blind corner, but we're certainly ready to see around the blind corner. Now today I feel like securing my future. That's because the moon is in Capricorn, and I feel like planning my stability for once. No more random acts. I'm also feeling business forward and ready to do business on Earth. I'm open to what God tells me. Venus is at step 25 Pisces, and I'm open to planning my long-term dreams and spiritual mission. I'm also open to whatever my feelings say. Today I'm thinking about the big picture, most likely the bridge. I'm thinking about following my heart, and that's because Mercury is at step 21 Aries, so our mind is literally thinking ahead at what might be across that bridge. I am today pursuing my spiritual beliefs. That's because Mars is at step 7, and my soul calling, and what my higher purpose is. I'm deciding, with Saturn at step 16, if my beliefs even work. I'm deciding if the universe is going to show up, and I'm deciding if I really want to receive. So today, your joy quest, really for today and through the weekend, is to love and trust your feelings. Follow your curiosities and support yourself as you go through that process. But listen to what your feelings tell you and allow feelings to dictate where you go. Now today, because I'm on location, I'm actually going to skip past the 11 Steps to Serious Joy series and actually talk about something that I think we need to talk about, which is the topic of courage. We're going to talk about courage because I think a lot of us have to face courage this weekend, and I'll return with the 11 Steps series when I'm back in my garden studios on Monday. So without further ado, let's move on and take a look at courage. Hello, my friends, and welcome now to today's topic. Today's topic is courage. And courage is one of those weird things that growing up I was always confused about because I always felt like I wasn't very courageous and I wasn't sure how to be courageous. I had always a lot of apprehension. Now, courage comes up in Aries because Aries, or step 9, or I act, I am, that's really where the consciousness of courage derives from, is from our ego. So our ego is a part of us that is courageous or not. At least when I study all the states of awareness, that's where courage comes from. But it's not what controls courage, and I think that's what confuses people, that there's a difference between where courage comes from and how to harness it. Now, I think a no-brainer is it's automatically built into our system to protect what we love. And from a fight or flight situation, all human beings derive courage, instantaneous courage, from the heart. The heart will just give tremendous energy that gives you this feeling that it will be okay, and you go ahead and do it. But that's like when you're seeing someone you love about to get hurt or something very crazy. You can't count on that. What about courage when it comes to like going on stage for the first time, or telling your spouse that it's not working, or speaking up for yourself at work? Where does courage like that come from? Well, in my experience, that sort of courage comes from two places. It does start in the heart. In other words, you're not going to talk yourself into a huge task if your heart is not in it. All right, so that's definitely a necessity. So your heart has to be in. You have to want to be on stage. You have to want to be heard at work. Your heart has to want this. So if your heart doesn't want it, if you can't qualify the step 1 checklist, that your heart's not in it, then you're not going to find yourself being courageous. But I will say this, courage is earned. It's never something someone has out of the box, except from past life memory. There are people who are courageous. I'll talk about that in a minute. But it's not necessarily something you have on the box. In other words, out of the box, which means courage is actually a feeling you feel after you've tried something dangerous, not before. So a lot of people expect to feel courageous before they make the jump. They expect to feel courageous in order to fuel their risk. But the truth is, you won't feel the courage before you do it. You actually feel courageous during and after. In fact, when someone approaches a task with courage, with true courage in their heart, it's because they pulled it off before, or they pulled off things similar that allows them to think they're going to pull this one off, so that's where that courage comes from. Firefighters are courageous because they train for hundreds and thousands of hours in situations, and they have more and more courage over time to face that adversity. Police officers as well. So the point is if you're lacking courage, it's probably because you have no experience, and what you're going to have to do to build courage is take baby steps. That's what I always tell my clients. Just jump 1 foot, and you'll feel kind of courageous. Just jump 2 feet. Then you'll feel more courageous, and allow yourself to build up courage. I believe what courage is really kind of a facing off with oneself and knowing that one in oneself will actually be able to get through this because one in oneself has gotten through it before. And I think courage is that feeling of your heart and your ego combined, ready to take that action again. Now, just a couple things before I wrap up today's topic. One is, you might have to have some courage this weekend. With the sun moving into step 13 on Saturday and step 14 on Sunday, this is the second breakthrough for people, and today this is the bridge. The courage is mustering up to face whatever you don't want to face through the weekend. And today is really the day of building that courage. So today is the day you want to take the baby steps, kind of test things out, because on Saturday and Sunday, you might have to be brave for yourself. But like I said a little earlier, some people are born with courage, and that is really through the placement of Mars. So Mars will tell me in a person's natal chart how much experience people have taking risk and putting their life into action. Anybody with a Mars in 0 to 10 degrees is a person who usually has relied on other people's power and has to work extra hard to build courage. People who are between 11 and 19 degrees of Mars, those people have natural born courage, have faith in themselves at large, but being able to pull off a big task, pull off something large like run a team or a company or something big, these people are learning courage on that level. And then finally you have your masters of Aries. And these are people who have it between 20 and 29 degrees of Mars. And these people have courage on a world global level. These are people who will lie down on a railroad track next to Gandhi. These are people who will picket for rights of children. These are people who will take action or not take action, like Rosa Parks, refusing to give up her seat on the bus. Amazing courage there. You know you're holding so much more back. So courage is a thing that must be earned. Courage is a thing that happens after you do it. And this weekend, you might have to use just a little courage to cross a bridge. All right, let's move on to today's Zen Den. And welcome to the Zen Den. First of all, I'll be back in my actual Zen Den on Monday. So pardon the on-location vibration. But I have learned to bring Zen wherever I am. And so this is a good exercise. It's always a good exercise to see if you can go into your Zen when you're somewhere else, because that's a true light walker, right? So let's take 3 breaths and put some royal blue light around you and see what comes up. Okay. And an affirmation for the weekend to help you keep your courage. I feel my heart today, and I honor my feelings. And so it is. So simple. I feel my heart today and honor my feelings. And so it is. Basically, if you feel your heart and you honor your feelings, those 2 simple focuses will bring you to the appropriate destination. And if your heart feels wrong or something feels off, stop. Don't cross the bridge. You're not on the right path. Or maybe you need more self-nurturing and you're just not ready yet. Both are possible. But by listening to your heart and honoring your feelings, you will not be led astray, especially in Aries. So we have to do an overhead projector that's not with my beautiful hand in the frame due to being on location. So we'll just bring that up now. A couple things I want to bring up. For one, let's start with the sun. The sun today is at step 12. 12 is the bridge. It's the learning. So a lot of people get an aha moment or finally understand certain things in their life because they're understanding due to the fact that their heart and their feelings are talking. And once your heart and feelings start talking, you start to understand things in yourself. So a lot of times the bridge is the bridge of knowledge, inside yourself. And today you might have that bridge. But it's Aries, like I said. People might be quitting things, starting things, getting into AA, getting sober. Like, people may be crossing really powerful bridges that change their life. And that's all step 12, Aries. Now, tomorrow, the sun will be at step 13. So that will be our breakdown, breakthrough, our second wave. And that second wave is usually from trying something. It's not from just being you. So be careful with what you're doing. Make sure your heart and your feelings are into it tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we hit step 14, which is probably the day that we get it. So no matter what happens over the weekend, I encourage you to be patient with yourself until Sunday, because Sunday is really when I think we start to get it. Now, moving to the moon today is in the high degrees of Capricorn, and so that means we're setting our future intentions. We will move to Aquarius by the end of the day, so we'll be a bit more detached, not worrying about too much at that point. But during the day, will be a lot of planning, perhaps worry, perhaps concern that we're making the wrong choices. Over the weekend, the moon will be in Aquarius, and that's awesome because that's going to allow us to really see where we belong and understand our breakthrough without taking it too personally. You know what I'm saying? Then lastly, I want to point out Mars. Mars is at step 7 in Sagittarius, and as you know, heading for Saturn at step 16. It's pushing for your highest spiritual good, so it's important for you to be paying attention, excuse me, my nose is crazy out here, in what's spiritually good for you. That's not always an easy task because Aries is about survival and strength and will I go far enough and can I do it? But right now, just right now until Monday, choose the highest spiritual path, see what opens. Now lastly, can you imagine what planet Spirit brought up? I was kind of surprised because I haven't talked about this planet in a while, and it's Mercury. Mercury is at step 21. And I think what Spirit was telling me is we want to be really mindful of our future and where we're going and not thinking about the past or having regrets. Your mind needs to think for how you feel. Your mind needs to think for what your heart wants. And let your mind do the walking. Let yourself dream. Let yourself think ahead because that is exactly what we're doing. We're breaking through to the other side, basically, to quote Jim Morrison. All right, friends, I think this is it for our remote Zen Den. There's literally cars going by and stuff, so I think I did pretty good connecting to Spirit. Have a fantastic weekend, and please come by my website to leave your comments. I love to read about what's going on in your life and the affirmations. Like I said, we'll be affirming and continuing with the 11 Steps of Serious Joy on Monday. And if you're interested in a birthday call, a secret to birthdays, or a one-on-one reading, come on down to soulgarden.tv and hit services. Have a great weekend, my friends. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be.